What's going on? I am DC, your host of Barside Jive Live, and today is Thursday, August 29th, and we're back, and we are so glad that you guys are here with us this evening. You know, it's always fun hanging out with friends, and that's what we do every Thursday on this show, 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, and we are in the new, very cool Vokal Media Studios in North Dallas. So we are really happy to be here, guys. This show, again, happens at 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time for all of our friends over in Europe every freaking Thursday. And this show features some of the very best original singer-songwriters across the country. So we welcome them to this show always. You can now download my shows on iTunes, Stitcher, or TuneIn. They tell me there's more, but anyway, that's enough. But if you guys are listening to us as a podcast, then all you got to do to watch it is go to vokalnow.com, and that's vocal with a
K.
Absolutely it is. And click on the Barside Jive in a folder in the entertainment area, or you can just go to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Barside Jive Live, and you'll be able to watch the shows. This show is sponsored by The Zoo.
The Zoo.
On Vocal.
And The Zoo is the world's best rock and can be streamed 24/7, 365 at vokalnow.com.
Baby shark do 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 do, baby shark do 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 do, baby shark.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
One day you'll get a new one.
One day we'll get a new theme song to my breaking news. Those guys, they're so funny. Okay, guys, here we go. On this day in rock history, the year was 1966, and the Beatles, they played what was technically their very last concert. The show took place on August 29th, today, at San Francisco's Candlestick Park. But less than 3 years later, on January 30th of 1969, the band gave an impromptu performance on the roof of its Apple Record headquarters in London, their very last public appearance together. By 1966, the Beatles had grown tired of the constant touring and recording that was a result of Beatlemania. They were moving on to more studio-intensive records, spending time putting together albums. So they made a collective decision. That was to stop playing shows. Their final performance was in front of thousands of screaming fans in San Francisco. Paul McCartney would later return to the stadium to help say goodbye to it. Also on this date in 1980, Kiss took a relatively unknown heavy metal band named Iron Maiden out on the road with them. Kiss did this a lot with several bands. It was the young group's first taste of the big time. Now, on August 29th, that saw the release of Jethro Tull's A. Yep, A in 1980, the 13th studio album by Jethro Tull. It was released on this day in 1980 in the UK and September 1 in the United States. If you're wondering about the title A, it was recorded as an intended Ian Anderson solo album before Tull's record label, Chrysalis, asked that it become credited to the group. This is the reason for the album's title, as the tapes were marked A for Anderson, Ian Anderson. Cool. English singer-songwriter Elton John's 22nd studio album, Sleeping with the Past, was released on this day. 1989 was the year. As well as the Rolling Stones' Steel Wheels album, the 19th British and 21st American studio album by the Rolling Stones was released on this day, 1989. And the final album of new material the band would record for Columbia Records. Now, fun fact, the relationship between Mick and Keith, once again, imploded shortly after Dirty Work was released. After a time, it was clear that they were worth more together than they were apart. So it was time for a much-needed reunion, and that's what Steel Wheels was all about, a self-styled reunion album. Now, Heart's The Road Home album was released on this day in 1995, and Journey, Generations, was released in 2005. You ready?
Sure.
You guys ready?
I wish you people to keep falling and free for this.
And guys, once again, it's time for my Tipsy Gypsy, Bre Akers. Hey, Bre.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Good, doing great. So glad to see you.
Thanks.
So what's going on?
Well, I've brought cocktails
What's going on behind the bar?
behind the bar. Just a lot of fun stuff.
Yeah.
Another week in the bar business.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yes.
Cool. Tell us about it, Bre.
Well, this week, college is back.
Yeah.
So things are a little crazy in the bar world.
Yeah.
So a lot of good old fake IDs and stuff about to go around. So everybody's
Yeah.
on high alert.
Yeah.
All
Well,
that
you know,
good
I never
stuff.
did that.
I didn't either, but I did recommend to some freshmen recently that at our local Whataburger, the blue dumpster was probably the best background for a fake ID
Oh, wow.
when I was going
really?
to school. So
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
but not encouraging anything. So
yeah.
you know,
No blue dumpster backgrounds, guys.
yeah,
Stay legit.
yes, and it is like 2019, so I'm sure like Photoshop skills and all that are probably a lot better than
Oh,
the
yeah.
Whataburger
Don't you know?
dumpster.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. In my day, we just had friends that worked there. So,
yeah, or make friends. You can
Yeah.
do that.
yeah, absolutely. Stay
Yeah.
legit.
Stay legit.
Well, Bre, those are looking pretty nice there. I don't know what that is, but it's looks good.
Well, since college is back, that means one of my favorite seasons is back, which is college football.
Football.
Football, yes. Who's your team?
College?
Yes.
Well, had to be UT.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, on that note, the show's over, everybody. But
Of course. I mean, I'm a local guy, you know. I mean,
all right.
I could root for the Tarleton Texans, but, you know,
All right. Well,
we'll go with UT.
if you're gonna go with UT, they're at least in my conference.
There you go.
And I guess this makes it kind of better that since you're a UT fan, you have to drink a purple drink. So,
Oh, I can handle it. I actually love purple.
so one of my dear friends from school, Will, he has been begging me to do a purple cocktail in honor of TCU, which is where we went. So I would like to call this the Purple Rain in
Oh,
hopes
cool.
that we will be
Very cool.
winning our conference and a national championship in the near future. Fingers crossed.
There
Probably
you
not
go.
going to happen, but it's okay. So
Nothing like hoping.
I know. So in the spirit, I got you this little football cup
Oh, wow.
with this cute little crazy straw.
Man,
Yes.
you're quite the little creator
I
there,
know.
Bre.
I know.
You need to be on my art segment.
Right? For special glassware.
Wow. Man, that is really cool looking. I love that.
Yes. So now you have your own little football.
Wow. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
I love this straw.
I know, right?
I love the fact it's not paper. Those paper straws are horrible. Whoever thought of that?
They're trying to save the turtles.
Oh, they tell me all that stuff's coming from like Asia anyway. It's not coming from the U.S., they say.
If you
anyway.
say so. Well, cheers. Cheers,
Cheers.
everybody.
Cheers.
Yes.
Mm.
Takes a while for it to get around, but.
Wow, what's in that?
So this is vodka with some blue curacao, cranberry juice, pineapple juice, grenadine, and some lime juice. So we got a lot of juice going on, but it makes it purple, guys.
That is awesome.
And it'll get the job done. So
Yes.
yes.
Awesome. Got a cool football. It's a great drink.
Yeah. And
So order it.
yeah, order it.
But you won't get a football.
Yeah, you probably won't get a football, but it's okay.
No.
But my bar tips for y'all, if you guys have been tuning in.
You don't mind if I continue to drink while you're talking, do you?
Oh, like that's new? Okay. Good one.
Well, I wanted to ask. You know, it's better to ask.
I filled yours up even more.
Did you?
Yes, I
know
did.
it's kind of, ooh. Rebecca's jealous, I think.
There's one in the kitchen.
Don't tell her that.
Hey, I'm just saying, share the love. Well, if you guys have been following the segment last couple of weeks, I have been talking to you guys about bar tools that you will probably have in a home bar kit to help you guys understand what they're for, how to use them, and feel more comfortable being an at-home bartender. So this week, I wanted to talk about a couple of different types of strainers that if you have a bar kit, you may get or you may want to get for your home. So today, our strainers, we're going to talk about 3 different kinds: a hawthorn, a julep strainer, and a fine mesh strainer. So most tins, or even like when you go out to the bar, you're going to see a lot of hawthorn strainers. These are pretty much like your most common things. These two do exactly the same thing. They're just built a little differently. The coils are different sizing. So what these do is when you're straining things out of your tin, it helps keep the ice chips in, or if you had muddled fruit or any herbs or anything like that, it's going to trap it in there so it doesn't get in your clean, fresh glass and cocktail.
Very cool.
Yes, so easy enough. Those go in your shaker tin. Then this giant holy spoon is a julep strainer.
Julep
Yes.
strainer.
This was actually originally invented for the mint julep. So if you guys have not had a mint julep, it is a cup and has a whole bunch of crushed ice built almost like a snow cone, and has bourbon and mint in it. Well, this was actually made for them to be able to drink their snow cone without the ice and mint and stuff actually falling on their face. So they would put it over the cup and drink it. And then now it is used as a strainer if you're actually straining something out of a mixing glass. So if for some reason you are making a drink or muddling something in like a pint glass, you would actually put this in there because this would fit. The hawthorn strainer won't. So
Oh,
Fun
yeah.
facts.
Tricky.
tricky. But there's tools for everything.
Yeah, and you get the secrets here.
I know. And
Secrets
then
untold.
if you want to be really fancy or you're a big time, I guess do it for the gram-er, and you want pretty looking stuff. A lot of times when you muddle things, you muddle. We talked about muddling.
We did.
We did. We talked about our muddlers.
Muddlers.
If you muddle too hard or there's too many like fine things that are in your drink, to get it looking pretty, or even so that you're not sucking up little pieces of herbs or whatever, you may see a recipe call for it to be fine strained or double strained. So a lot of times you'll have your shaker and you'll strain it with your hawthorn strainer, but you'll actually strain it into the fine mesh strainer on top of your new glass, and it'll make your cocktail all pretty and not have little
Floaters.
little floaters.
No floaters.
No floaters.
Unless
But
it's a sealed container and you can't tell.
I just feel like you're getting yourself in a lot of trouble over
Yeah,
there.
No
you know.
floaters.
No floaters. But guys, these are all very affordable and reasonable if you don't have them at home. Every single piece is all under $5. If you want to invest more money into a really nice one for even another $5 more, you can. Or of course, like online, you can find the entire strainer kit like this for like under $12. So,
Right.
so I highly
We're
recommend
talking.
getting them, especially A tin and a hawthorn strainer just makes things a lot easier to like shake and have a chilled, nice, pretty cocktail. So if you guys have any questions, you can always hit me up in.
Raise your hand.
Yes, raise your hand.
We'll wait.
You can always hit me up in my DMs on Instagram at It's the Tipsy Gypsy. And my event for you this week, for you guys to go check out, is hosted by yours truly, DC, for DC's Cigars and Ciders event at Outlaw Cider in historic Grapevine.
Historic downtown.
Yeah, he does it better than me.
Grapevine, Texas.
Yes.
Historic.
Historic.
Grapevine. Oh, whoops. Historic downtown.
Historic. See, you can't even do it. Historic downtown.
Grapevine. I can't talk after your drinks.
You're welcome.
Sorry.
So if you guys want tickets, hit up DC and come out tomorrow night for Cigars and Ciders.
Absolutely, Bre.
Yes. But again, I am Bre the Tipsy Gypsy. Well, when you follow me on Instagram, you go to It's the Tipsy Gypsy, or you can go to itsthetipsygypsy.com for all the links to different drinks, DC shows, my Instagram, and other fun stuff. So check it out.
Just like Nike, just do it.
Just do it. Yeah. Yes.
Your life will be better.
Correct.
Thank you, Bre.
You're welcome.
You're awesome.
Thanks.
Yeah, love it. Not just your drinks. We love you too.
The drinks help, though.
Yeah, but we love you. You're awesome. All right, guys. So, this is my show where I feature original singer-songwriters, and I've got a great one tonight. And I've got Jake Dixon in the studio from Maybe No Moons. Now, this band was formed in a living room in Plano, Texas. Maybe No Moons is the product of 6 high school musicians wanting to leave their mark on the indie music scene. This band fills the listener's ears with something new and innovative while still playing homage to the greatest sounds of the 1970s and 80s. So I want to welcome bass player Jake Dixon to the show. Welcome, Jake.
Hi, DC. Thanks so much for having me.
Man, it's so good to see you. Now, the first time I saw you was Six Springs Tavern. You guys were playing that competition there, and I was honored to be asked to judge it, and be one of the 4 judges, I believe. And it was a great time, and I was just blown away by you guys and a lot of the other bands that played that day. So, first thing I had to do was just reach out and ask you guys to come on the show. So hearing high school folks, sing and play at that level, it was just huge. I mean, it was huge for me. So
thank you so much.
I love what you're doing, and I'm just excited that you're here. I wish it hadn't taken so long, because I've really been looking forward to it. So how are things going for you, brother?
So things are going pretty great for me and for everyone else in the band. School just started. So,
right.
And that's kind of been the challenge, because our keyboard player is now starting her sophomore year in college. And our guitar player just started her freshman year in college.
Wow.
And I'm going to be a senior in high school.
Right.
But, we just put out an album just 2-3 weeks ago.
Wow.
So I've been super excited about that.
Yeah, show it to us.
Oh, yeah. So I actually assembled the collage, which is the album cover, the album art, with 2 of my friends. One of them was Jason Duong. Another one's Aiden Kinney. And it features all kinds of different just drawings from different friends who are artists, as well as photographs, just from all around the world. And I think it started because my friend posted a picture of a mosque in Jordan on her Instagram account. And I was like, hey, can I use that for a collage? Wow. And then the rest of it kind of formed together. So there's pictures from live shows. There's pictures from just that my friends have taken all around the world. So
wow. Hey, Jake, I lived in Jordan for a year.
Really?
I lived in Amman, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, based on the picture of the mosque, it looks like a beautiful place. So.
Oh, yeah, it's a really cool place. Yeah. So, very good. Now, do you mind if we play a song off that album?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, cool. So what do we want to start with?
First song we're going to listen to is Monaco. And So our guitar player, Abbi and Sarah are kind of the lead songwriters. Abbi was watching some James Bond movies, and then it was taking place in Monaco, and that kind of inspired her to write this song.
Wow.
Yeah, I remember one night we were just working on some of the lyrics together. So this whole thing, it was kind of, this song kind of was later in the process of the band. So it's one of the newer songs compared to the other ones that we wrote about 2 years ago.
Right.
So it was fun to see this one kind of evolve as we played it live, and then finally as we recorded it in studio. So
Awesome. Well, let's let them hear it. Ready?
yeah.
All right, let's do it.
I'm heading off to my
Very cool. Very cool.
Thank you.
So that was Monaco by Maybe No Moons.
Yeah.
And I've got Jake here. Jake is the bass player for Maybe No Moons. And we've got other songs to play for you guys. But before we do, I want to ask Jake to tell us a little bit about himself.
Well, bass player is my official title, but on the album I also play banjo, mandolin, piano, and just a few synthesizers. Just
Wow.
I like to think of myself as a multi-instrumentalist,
Yeah.
although I'm only really classically trained on bass. So
Yeah. Well, you can do a lot, man.
yeah, so I started with music, well, probably before I was born, still in my mom's. They, from a very early age, music was always just very present. So
Right.
whether it was Bob Marley or the Beatles or Elvis Presley,
Yeah.
I kind of got that as I was growing up in my toddler years.
Right. Now, let me stop you. What do you remember the first time that music just struck you? What were you listening to? What were you doing?
You know what? It was probably when I was a kid and we were watching Weezer music videos in the living room
Weezer?
as a family. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's just
Cool
a very strong memory for me.
stuff. Yeah. So you were with your family listening to Weezer?
Yeah.
Very cool. Yeah. And you were like, oh, this is cool.
Yeah. I think from a very early age, I always knew I wanted to be in a band like that.
Okay. Gotcha. So anyway, go on.
Well, in 6th grade, that's when I finally joined the school orchestra playing double bass. And that's where my sort of classical training started.
Right.
And that's where I started also branching out into electric bass, and from there branching out into electric guitar, and kind of self-taught myself piano and really any kind of instrument I could pick up. Sometimes in the mornings we would go into the orchestra room before school started and just play cello, even though like I play bass,
Right. So you were in the band.
Well, I was in the orchestra, but
Uh-huh.
starting in 9th grade, I also joined the jazz band. So I play jazz bass as well.
Wow.
And I do play with the wind ensemble in my school band as well.
Very cool. So what do you say we play them another?
Yeah. So let's listen to Sweet Scandal,
All
which this one was cool because Abbi sort of wrote this based
Okay.
on her loop pedal. So she was just coming up with different guitar loops, and they all kind of compounded into this one song, and this is the result. Yeah.
Okay, let's do it. Maybe No Moons on Barside Jive Live.
Seeing you again made me realize what a dangerous game I dealt myself into. Your sweet words and those pretty lies were warnings I didn't
Guys, once again, that was Maybe No Moons. And I've got Jake Dixon in the studio with me, and you're watching Barside Jive Live. Well, Jake, tell me, what about your bandmates? I know it's not just you. I know you've got some bandmates, so why don't you tell me who they are?
So our lead songwriters are Abbi Muyco and Chen, and they're kind of the mastermind behind all the songs, all the melodies. So Abbi plays guitar and sings in about half the tracks on the album. And I first met her actually in middle school orchestra. And
Wow.
she brought a guitar one day, and I was like, hey, that is really cool. So by the time we got to high school, we had a jam session, started playing some music together. And then the band really finally kicked into gear when I met Chen. So I met Sarah. She's our piano player and also songwriter. And she sings on the other half of the album.
Right.
I met her just randomly at a debate tournament back in 9th grade.
Wow.
And we got to talking, and we figured out that we actually had a lot of musical tastes in common. And one day she just randomly out of the blue was like, hey, you want to start a band with me? And I was already jamming with Abbi. So I was like, I already have a guitar player. Let's do this. So we got together, and originally our drummer was Sam DeLotte, who's a really close friend of mine. So he
Right.
played drums with us in the early days.
Right.
And then right now our drummer is Colman Burks, who's a phenomenal drummer, just in every kind of style. He's an all-state jazz drummer, so he's incredible. And another person who's helped us out at lots of our live shows, like at Six Springs when you guys saw us,
Right.
is our friend Michelle Min.
Mm-hmm.
And she's a really incredible piano player as well as a great flute player. Interesting thing is both of our piano players also play flute. So
Wow. Yeah, you guys, so much talent in one band is just amazing. And the things that you can do because of that, because of all that talent, it's just amazing.
yeah,
Yeah.
thank you.
Wow. Yeah, very cool. What do you say we play them another?
Yeah, so this next song is called Wish.
Okay.
And Sarah plays flute on this song,
Oh,
which was really cool. And I also had two of my friends, Alexandria Tsui and Jalen Johnson, play violin and cello on this song. So
Awesome.
you'll hear all of that in Wish.
This is Wish by Maybe No Moons.
When I think of you, sadness wells inside me. The feeling's like a star in the sky. You're unreachable. I don't know why, but the thought of you leaves me so alone. Leaves me alone for my thoughts to scatter and wander away. 'Cause it's simple, like the birds flying south with the winter. Like the ground is all covered in snow. I wouldn't turn back the time just to meet you once again. It's so simple, like a flower that blooms in the spring. I wouldn't give my all to do anything for my wish to be gone. searching so blindly for you, but my mind doesn't speak for my heart. I'd abandon everything and keep searching for. It's so simple, like the birds flying south of the winter. When the ground is so covered in snow, I would turn back the time just to meet you once again. It's so simple, like a sailor that follows the storm. And I would choose to listen to my heart. I wouldn't turn back the time just to meet you once again. It's so simple. It's so simple. For my wish to be granted.
Wow.
So an awesome thing about that track is at the very end, you can hear these kind of footsteps
Mhm.
and this door slamming sort of. That was just some ambient studio noise that got recorded by mistake. But when we heard the bounce and that was in it, it
Mhm.
just really clicked with me. So I wanted to make sure that got in.
Yeah, it works.
Yeah. Anyways, I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, I do
about
too.
that track.
Oh, I do too. I think it's very cool. Awesome. So, Jake, why don't you tell me what your goals are, your aspirations for yourself as well as the band?
So for the band, right now, obviously, some of our members are going off to college. So we're a little bit spread out across the United States right now, and the world, I guess. But I think that we're going to continue to have a strong social media presence. For example, on YouTube, just from the random YouTube algorithm, the awesome guy, Calvin Lauber, who mixed and mastered our album,
Oh, yeah.
he actually found one of our songs or one of our videos just of a practice from YouTube just randomly and reached out to us and ended up working with us.
Wow.
So I think that in the future we'll continue to post some videos and post new music that we're working on.
Right.
And depending on where I end up going to college, it might be a little bit hard to keep the band together. But I know that I'm very musical and Abby's very musical and Sarah's very musical. So I know on our account, our Instagram account and our YouTube and everything that we have, we're going to continue to promote our own personal projects. And obviously we'll come together whenever we can to get back together as a band.
Right. I know, Jake, several projects, and those guys, one of them's on the East Coast, one of them's on the West Coast. They recorded their tracks. They can still make music even though they're long distance. So, with the technology that exists today, that's easily done. So you can always consider, doing it.
Yeah, I actually know a few bands that have actually started out like that just by trading files over the internet.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
there's definitely going to be some collaboration that's still happening that's going to continue to go on between us. So
Good, because you've got a great thing going, and I hope you'll continue it. Now, tell
Thank
me
you.
about Jake personally. What's your plan?
Well, I'm hopefully going to go to school for music. I'll hopefully get a master's degree in performance on the double bass. So we'll see where that turns into, but I'm always going to be writing and recording and making up new songs. So
this is your last year of high school?
yes.
Okay, cool. Do you know where you're going to go to college?
Not yet. I'm looking at a few, maybe UNT, which
UNT
is
is a
has
good
a great
choice.
music school.
Yeah, absolutely. They
But
put
there's
out
some others in there.
They put out some amazing talent at UNT.
Yeah, I've got some friends who are actually going there right now and making music. So
Wow, awesome. Well, Jake, let's give them one more. What do you think?
So just about almost 2 years ago to the day, not quite to the day, but around 2 years ago, we released our first demo of Salt and Ice. So I think it'd be fun if we close out with Salt and Ice,
Okay.
which is one of our popular songs. Yeah.
All right, well, let's do it, Jake.
Thank you.
A little ice and a little salt. Give it some time and let it thaw. Sprinkled on the frozen street under my shoes so I don't fall. But now I'm thinking I should let it slide. Given to nature's force and compromise. Could it be part of a larger design? Could it be wrong if it feels so right? So catch me in the moonlight. I want you to come down and capture me in silence while sirens are sounding all around. Oh, 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 oh. So I'll just breathe the frost into my lungs. Step out into the cold and stick out my tongue. Will I turn old if I'm never young? Will I ever start if I'm never undone? So catch me in the moonlight. I want you to come down and capture me in silence while sirens are sounding all around. Oh, 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 So catch me in the moonlight and capture me in silence.
All right. Awesome. Yeah. So tell me about your contact information.
So our contact information is just Maybe No Moons on basically anything. You can find us on Instagram at Maybe No Moons or
Okay.
on Twitter at Maybe No Moons,
Okay.
as well as Facebook. You can download our album, A Larger Design, from our Bandcamp page, which you can
Alright.
find just through Maybe No Moons.
Right.
And we've got lots of videos on our YouTube page, including 2 music videos, actually. And that's also just Maybe No Moons.
Very cool. Now, I got to know before you go, Jake, who came up with the name of the band?
So this is an interesting story, actually. We didn't want Moons to be in the band name. So one day on our group chat, somebody came up with something with Moon in the title, and I didn't like it. So I said, hey guys, maybe no moons. And for some reason that stuck.
Wow.
So we really took it and just rolled with it. So maybe no moons.
Very cool. Cool story. Well, Jake, it's been an honor having you here, and I'm very excited about what you guys are doing, what you've done, what you're going to do in the future, and just keep it up, okay?
Yeah, thank you so much
Don't
for
ever
having
stop. Oh, you're welcome, brother. It's my pleasure, and I appreciate your mom coming and bringing you.
me.
Her accompanying you, the manager.
I can drive.
The manager.
And she just wanted to come
I know,
along.
I know. I just wanted to. Yeah, I know you
She's
are.
the number one
I know
fan.
you are. You guys are awesome. And I hope you'll come back and see me again when you've got new stuff.
For sure, yeah.
Okay, awesome. Okay, guys, my featured cigar segment, because I can't end without a cigar segment, is brought to you by the Old Grapevine Cigar and Tobacco Shop located in historic downtown Grapevine, Texas. Yeah.
I'll get it one day.
Yeah, Bre. She's been practicing. All right, guy, welcome to Back Especial by Drew Estate. Drew Estate continues to top sales with its infused cigars while successfully making its presence known in the traditional cigar market. Tabac Especial is another example of just how good infused cigars are. And if you really want to know, just ask me, because I'm experienced in the infused. Featuring luscious flavors and aromas of sweet spice, chocolate, and rich coffee. And this is before it's even been lit. No kidding. This decadent cigar offers many perfect smoke-filled draws during a truly tasty journey. Stop by Old Grapevine Cigar and Tobacco Shop in Grapevine and see Denna, Tom, or Kenny, and they will match a cigar to you. Now, if you mention Barside Jive, you'll get 10% off your entire purchase. So don't forget Barside Jive when you go to Old Grapevine Cigar and Tobacco. Now, they also have a large selection of pipe tobaccos. So if you guys are into that, it's huge. Just go. And coming up this Friday, just like Bre told you, we've got a cigar and cider event on the patio at Outlaw Cider, 112 East Texas Street in historic downtown Grapevine, Texas. And a $20 ticket will buy you a pint of Outlaw Cider, a Drew Estate cigar, and a raffle ticket. And we have cool raffles there. So go check that out. We'll see you on Friday. And we're looking forward to lots of conversation and cigar, cider, and us. Now, guys, it is time for time for So, guys, don't forget to check out my Facebook page, facebook.com/Barside Jive Live, for my daily dose. It's my platform where I throw out some rock and roll music history and upcoming events. Then make sure to catch my Sunday Barside Jive Live Rewind, where I dig back into the archives, pull out something cool for you guys every Sunday. And my YouTube channel again, youtube.com/Barside Jive Live. That's where I archive all my stuff. Be sure to catch next Tuesday's show right here, Vokal Media Studios. And at 7:30, we will feature cover and tribute bands. How cool is that? And, of course, the Tipsy Gypsy, Bre Akers, is on all of our shows. So check that out. And remember, the vocalnow.com is home to The Zoo.
The Zoo.
On Vocal.
And Barside Jive. So check out me in the entertainment section, and you'll see The Zoo as soon as you pop open the app. You can download the app, Vocal Now, at your local app store. All right, guys. I think that's it. Oh, nope. Whether you create some form of music or some form of art, or if you want to sponsor or advertise on a show, or if you just want to reach out and give us a comment, just email me at dc@barsidejive.com. That's the place to do it. My show today has also been brought to you by Hip and Hippie. Hip and Hippie is a planet-loving company known for its high-quality, earth-friendly, 100% recyclable, and natural candle line and natural body care products. It's no wonder eco-supporting people love Hip and Hippie, hipandhippie.com. Thanks to Bre Akers for taking some photos of us today. If you're an aspiring photographer and you'd like to take shots
take a
during this
position.
show?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll give up my job
Yeah, there you go. You're pretty good at it, though.
if you say so.
Yeah, just contact me, dc@barsidejive.com, and you can come play, too. We're always looking for people to come play. I want to thank Jay and Jimmy, our production team. Jay, you there?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. Man, you're on the ball, Jay. New studio, new attitude.
Oh yeah. We're we're glad we're glad you're all here, DC.
Yeah, we're glad you're here too, Jay. I'm surprised you didn't ask me about my speech.
No, I thought it was very good.
Good, Jay. Good, Jay. Shut up. Okay, so guys, we are
Really good stuff. Really good stuff.
You're good, Jay. And Jay, you're a great production guy. I probably failed to mention that, but you are.
I appreciate that.
Okay, so if you got a hole in your shirt, it's okay. Left sleeve. It's cool. All right, guys. Thanks again so much for being here. Now, remember to be kind to one another. Keep it real. Keep on rocking. See you next
Tuesday, Thursday.
Thursday, Bre. Next Thursday, right?
Yeah, but we're also on Tuesday.
Oh, well, we'll see you on Tuesday. Then we'll see you on Thursday because we know you'll be here. See ya. Bye.